Yeah, hi there. My name is Michael Buckoff, and I am the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the TOEFL online course called the 7-Step System to Pass the TOEFL IBT. These comments are for, I'm going to use the first letter of your first name, F, and let's take a look at your specific question. You say, hello, sir, this is F. I'd like to ask you a question about the TOEFL IBT. I am preparing for it nowadays. I'm using Barrons, Kaplan software for reading preparation. I'm scoring 32 out of 39. For example, you're saying you're getting 32 correct answers out of 39. So what do you think about how much I can score on the actual TOEFL IBT reading section? I need 79 marks total. I would say, I don't know for sure. You don't know until you actually take the TOEFL exam and you go through those reading passages. But the Kaplan, I think, is a fairly difficult book, and it has college-level academic material in it. So if you're getting 39 out of 39, that's putting you at about 82%. So I'm guessing that you're probably scoring on the reading area anywhere from between 18 and 22 points out of 30. That would be my best guess right now. And by the way, I'll give you some tips for reading. To improve your reading, there's really 5 things that you have to do. You're doing one of them right now, which is taking TOEFL level reading practice test. You want to do that. Now, you also want to study the answers you're missing and try to figure out why you made the mistakes you did. So let's go over what the 5 basic things are to improve your reading. Number 1 is reading extensively for about 45 to 60 minutes a day. You want to do this for a few months. You can read magazines, you can read newspapers, maybe longer books. Now, your TOEFL study doesn't count as part of this. So the actual reading extensively is very important. So let's say, let me put these down here for you so you can see them. So 45 to 60 minutes daily. This is very, very important. Number 2 is build your vocabulary. It's very important. My online course will help you learn about 1,700 TOEFL words. You definitely want to build that vocabulary. The third thing is increase your reading speed to 300 words per minute, and your comprehension is between 60 and 80%. You don't have to have a perfect comprehension, but as you're increasing your reading speed, you want to get it to about 300 words per minute at 60 to 80% comprehension. The fourth thing you want to do actually it's called test-taking strategies. In this sense, you want to become familiar with the different IBT question types. For example, when you took the Kaplan or the Barrons TOEFL reading practice test, a pattern usually will emerge. Are you having trouble completing the summaries or the charts? Are you having more problems with the vocabulary questions during the reading? Or are you having problems with those rhetorical purpose type questions, where it might say, why does the writer use a particular word, or how does something in one paragraph relate to something else? You want to become familiar with those question types on the reading section of the exam, and then the strategies for answering them. That becomes very, very important. The fifth thing you want to do is what you're doing now. Complete TOEFL level reading practice test. This is also very important. So typically, if you read extensively for about 45 to 60 minutes, if you build your vocabulary, increase your reading speed, become familiar with the IBT test-taking strategies, and complete TOEFL level reading practice tests by going through those 5 specific things, you will improve your overall reading, not just for the TOEFL, but you improve your reading permanently, so when you start taking graduate level classes, you will be able to understand those reading materials. Now, anyway, this would be my comments right now. Now, I can't remember, at this point, you're not one of my students, I'm pretty sure, so stop posting your speaking practice test over at my Voxy Pop discussion group. I think this morning you completed 21 different TOEFL independent speaking practice tests, and you're not one of my students, and even if you are, my rule is you can only post 1 practice test per day. Remember that my course is inexpensive at $38 a month, but I cannot afford to have my TOEFL IBT speaking specialist grade all 20 of your speaking practice tests in one day. That's going to be too costly for me and my business. So if you want to be one of my students, I'll be more than happy to have you as a student. You can go over to bettertoeflscores.com. You can learn a little bit more about my online TOEFL course. And the main reason that most of my students will become one of my students is they want a professional who can give them advice, number one. They also want a chance or a space to complete their pronunciation, speaking, and writing practice test online. So a IBT specialist will grade and give feedback on those things. So if you're interested in doing that, I'd love to have you as a student. Just go over to bettertoeflscores.com and you can join my course today. All right, anyway, thank you very much for your questions, and all the best to your high-scoring TOEFL success.